Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
You's gonna die in Infinity Wars. Excuse me, no spoilers. You are short. Aww. Hello YouTube, UltraMaximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at another Avengers Infinity War movie line figure, and it's the Iron Spider with the golden legs. Oh, I was so excited to see this. I saw a picture of this online about 3 or 4 days ago, and I found this at my local Walmart, and I had to pick it up because I wanted the Iron Spider figure with the arms. I don't know why the Marvel Legends figure did not have that, but the movie line figure does, and I am super excited about that, and super excited to compare this to the Marvel Legends figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have the Iron Spider in packaging, and I gotta say, I really do like the way this looks. It is really well painted for a movie line figure. Now I know it's not going to have the articulation that the Marvel Legends does, but it does have the golden legs, and I'm really, really digging that. And not really a surprise, they waited to release this figure for wave number 2 after the movie was out, because this was kind of a big event in the film itself, although they had a bigger figure that already had the golden legs that spoiled it. But yeah, at least we get the figure in a smaller plastic form. Now the packaging itself is just like what we've seen in the previous figures in the movie line. We got Thanos, it says Avengers Infinity War. It's the little Infinity Stone right there, and this is the first bluish greenish one, I think it's green, stone that I've gotten. And it plugs into the little spider legs backpack in the back of the figure, which is kind of cool. And it's got the legs there, there's Spider-Man, and it's got kind of this energy thing around the stone, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks like a Kirby Crackle. And that's really pretty much it for the front of the packaging, so just kind of a close-up. Infinity War! And there is Thanos. And then there's the stone with the energy crackle around it. There is Spider-Man looking all kinds of cool. Definitely digging that, and it says Iron Spider right there. Back of the packaging just kind of shows the Spider-Man figure there. There's really no bio. The other figures in the wave. There's Thor and Iron Man from wave 1, and then Scarlet Witch, which they did have at the Walmart. Her hair is very, very orange. Yeah, so just kind of a close-up. That's how the gimmick works. There are the other figures in the wave. And, well, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get the Iron Spider out of box and see what we think. So here we have Spider-Man out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I really like this figure. I think they did a good job with the paint apps for the most part. Now, the back of the figure is very lackluster in the gold paint. But that's what I kind of expect from the lower base level action figures from Hasbro, just unfortunately the way it is. But the figure from the front end just looks gorgeous. The gold paint is amazing. It looks very, very similar to the Marvel Legends figure, and I'll do a comparison. But overall, I'm very happy with it. Now, articulation is nowhere near as good as what we get in the Marvel Legends, because this is a baseline movie figure, but it's not that bad, at least in the upper part of the body. Now, he does come with his accessories. Of course, he comes with the golden legs, Iron Spider legs, which is amazing. I love these, and it's a fun little gimmick that they've got, and there's a lot of detail. There's even detail, if I can get this thing to focus here, underneath the piece, so they've even got the metal plating and stuff under there, and then when you look at it, it's actually, the design pattern is the Iron Spider logo, which is very, very cool. It does have articulation itself, and you gotta kind of plug these arms in. They're all exactly the same, but it can move forward like that, and then like thus. I would have liked the arms to be a little bit longer, and you'll see once I plug them onto Spidey. and it would have been nice if it had at least articulation here and here. I would have liked articulation at every joint. That would have been fun, but again, this is like a $12 figure, so I'm not surprised it doesn't. And of course, he comes with his Infinity Stone that they all have. He's got the blue one, which is pretty cool. This is the first non-purple one that I've gotten in the line. And this plugs onto the back of this. There's a little port right there. So we'll just snap this guy on here like that. And there he is with his little port. Which, it is what it is, I guess. I won't be using this. I'll throw the stone in the drawer, never to be seen again. Of course, that can be used in the video game app. Yeah. And the whole point to this guy is to put this piece on there, so there's only one way this plugs in. If you look at the back of the port, this plug is shaped a particular way, and essentially, you just kind of look at it, it's the same design as the spider itself. So that kind of helps you remember, hey, it goes in this way. And there he is. I love the way this looks. It is a lot of fun. Very, very cool. Definitely digging it. I just wish the arms were a little bit longer. But overall, I like it. I don't know why we didn't get this with the Marvel Legends. Or maybe we will get a version of the Marvel Legends with this on here. I don't know. But I am definitely digging it. And I'm glad I picked it up. So as far as articulation goes, let's see here. His head moves down that far, it moves up that far, it spins all the way around. There is no articulation at the waist, which a swivel would have been nice. His arms move up that far, they go that far down, they spin all the way around. He has a joint at the elbow, and then the elbow spins. Much like the Lady Marvel Legends, and then his legs kick up that far, they kick that far back, and that's pretty much it for the articulation on the legs. And then the spider arms, they move this far back, they come in that far, like that, they stay out that far on the bottom, and then they go up one notch, so he kind of closes in that tight. And then you can push them back like that, and there they are, fully open. So yeah, what's nice, you can at least get him into a web slinging pose to a bit. You can kind of pose him like that, and now he's shooting his webs. I definitely dig that. I like how he's got one web slinging hand, which is pretty darn cool. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I love the sculpt on it. It is very, very similar to what we get with the Marvel Legend. I love the paint detail on the chest. It's very vibrant and goldy. The arms look like they do in the movie. I just wish they were a little bit longer and had more articulation. Other than that, the sculpt work is phenomenal. For the most part, I think they did a good job with the paint work. The backpack itself has some nice sculpting on it. It's just basically gold plastic. I wish they would have put gold paint on the back of the figure, as you saw in some of the other shots. It stops on the front of the figure, but that's what we kind of get with this line of action figure. But overall, this thing is gorgeous looking, especially from a frontal view. So looking at the midsection of the figure, again, paintwork on the arms, very nice. In fact, I think the wrists are better than the Marvel Legends figure. I like the articulation of the arms. I think that works really well. The lower part of the chest looks nice. I like how he's got a web slinging hand, and then he's got a grip hand. It'd been nice if he came with some webs or something. That would have been fun, but he did not. We get the legs that kind of go around the bottom there. Again, I wish there was a little bit more articulation. At least throw them back a little bit further. That would have been nice. The other thing about the backpack, I kind of wish you were able to either fold up the arms around the backpack or remove them. Once you attach them, you really can't get them off. It feels like it's going to snap if you do, so be careful of that. But overall, definitely a lot of fun, and the whole reason that you get this one is to get the legs around Spider-Man. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, sculpt work is nice. Unfortunately, there is no articulation below the waist. Some single jointed knees at least would have been nice to get some more Spider-Man-like poses out of the guy. The paintwork is decent on the bottom of the figure. It's not as well done as the top, but you do have gold highlights on the top of the boots, which is very nice. All the webbing looks pretty cool. It's just, I don't know, it's the weaker part of the figure, both in articulation and paintwork. For comparison, here we have the Iron Spider with the Iron Spider. So here we got the Marvel Legends version and then the movie version right here. As you can see, they're very, very similar, however, also very different. The movie line figure is actually a wee bit taller than the Marvel Legends figure, which is interesting, but kind of backwards from what the other figures in the movie line are like. Tom Holland is a kid, so he should be a little bit shorter. And the red tone is much more vibrant on this figure than it is this figure, and I like that. The gold is, I want to say, brighter on this figure than this figure, but I don't know if that is actually the case. I think it's just because there's a little bit more gold around the spider on this one than there is on this one. I do think this one looks prettier in the whole spider deco arena. And I will say one big note I noticed, if you look at the web slinging wrist on this guy versus this guy, there's more gold apps on the wrist than there are there. Other than that, the Marvel Legends has way more gold paint apps, such as on the back. You do not get them on the back of the legs like you do there, or the back of the arms. And then if I take his spider bit off of there, as you can see, we've got the gold all over the back here, but none of the gold right there. So those are your major differences. Sculpt-wise, they're really very, very similar as far as the details on the suits. I can't even say that this one's lacking detail, this one doesn't. This one has a little more muscular sculpt work than this one does. Overall, it's really interesting to see the comparisons of the two, and I just might have to do a toy versus toy on these guys. If you'd like to see a full toy versus toy showdown of these two Iron Spiders, definitely leave a comment below or vote in the poll that I will add to this video. So is the Avengers Infinity War movie line Iron Spider something that you want in your Marvel collection? I'm going to say yes, if you're a Spider-Man fan. If you like the Iron Spider character, both in the comic book and in the movie, I think this is something you're going to want, especially if you want to display the Iron Spider with the little golden legs. Unfortunately, the Marvel Legends figure did not give us that, and this is really the only way at this point we're going to see that, unless we get another figure from Marvel Legends. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Unfortunately, you cannot transfer these iron legs over to the other Spider-Man. They did not put a peg hole on the back of the other Spider-Man figure, so if they would have done that, we might have been able to customize this to get over there, but as it stands right now, you just cannot, unless you just glue it onto the back of it, which I wouldn't recommend that. So for $12, this is not a bad option. Now, I do like the paint job on it. The articulation is not as nice as the other one, but it does have the legs. So I'm very, very pleased about that. And for the price point, it's really pretty decent. And as far as play gimmick for kids, this is going to work really well. This is definitely a lot better option to get for your kid than the other one, I think. Yeah, overall, I really do like the figure. I just wish it had a little bit more articulation. Some joints in the knees and a swivel at the waist would have made this a phenomenal buy at $12. So there he is, the Iron Spider with the golden legs from Avengers Infinity War movie line.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.